Hey, I came back faster than I expected myself to come. I told in my last video that I would read Count of Monte Cristo, but I kind of uh, saw that it was like 1,000 pages. I think I already said that before, but I just felt like I could read more things before that and work my way up, so that I would be capable um, to keep my mind at a single book for 1,000 pages. So I kind of stepped away from that for a little minute, and the next book that I was excited to read was this William Gibson's Neuromancer. I don't know if you can see it. It's yeah, but this is proclaimed as the origin of cyberpunk. I watched the anime Cyberpunk Edge Runners, and I binged that through the night one day, and it was a magical experience. I loved it, and seeing the origin of cyberpunk and it is said to be a really nice story as well, so I gave it a try, and it did well. Needless to say, it did not disappoint. It is a great book. It's pretty good. It's pretty thick as well. It's like 300 pages, but it's the only complaint I have about this is the the nomenclature that the author uses. Then he uses a lot of words which are not, don't even exist yet. This was a book written in 1980s or something, and he talks about cyberspace and the Matrix and all the other stuff, and a lot of other things. He just makes up his own words and makes up his own stuff. So, and he doesn't really explain it explicitly, so I just gotta Google everything and try to understand because of the context. It was pretty difficult doing that, but it tied into the experience and made it even more better. And and about the story as well, it's, to be fair, I thought it would be more brutal at the end, but the ending of this book was pretty good. It can be said as it was an actually happy ending. I thought the fucking AI would just butcher everybody at the end so that there would be no witnesses. I I thought it was when the AI killed like two policemen, or I think they were policemen. Um, when the AI killed them with no remorse whatsoever, I thought it would do the same with Case and Molly as well. But Case walked out of all of the situations, and finally became a free man. And Molly, I thought Molly would end up with Case, but maybe I was just sticking to my own ship that I made up in my mind. But overall, this is a great book. What else is there to say? Yes. I searched about this book and I saw that there were like two AIs. One is called Wintermute and the other is called the Neuromancer. And the book's name is Neuromancer. So I thought Neuromancer would have a lot of impact in the story, but it didn't have it that much. I mean, the whole story is about Wintermute and Neuromancer combining to become a godlike sentient AI. But Neuromancer, I mean, the sandbox place, whatever it was, that was a beautiful, beautiful place. It was written nicely, and it is a good place to read about. And yeah, I think that's about it. To be fair, this guy making a cyberpunk thing in 1980s is pretty impressive. That is a, I would say it's up there. It's the only sci-fi book I've ever read. I plan to read Dune and maybe Star Wars, but I think it's up there with the goats. And the next book that I read immediately after was The Alchemist. This book is proclaimed to be like a a masterpiece, this, that. They speak a lot of good things about this book, and I thought I might be good to try. But when it said The Alchemist, my brain immediately went to Full Metal Alchemist, the anime, and I thought maybe it was about that, but it's completely different. And also, one more thing that I wanted to say is that this book, The Alchemist, is pretty simple. It's like a children's fairy tale. I mean, it's by simple, it does have a lot of things that it says about life and God, and a lot of things which, if you elaborate on it, it does have a big and huge meaning and a deep meaning. But the book in itself is pretty easy to read and understand. I just skimmed it in like 3 days. Um, it doesn't mean that it is a bad book. A book doesn't have to be complex for it to be impressive. The things that are said here, the story was pretty good. I liked it, and the only complaint is that it's pretty flippin' simple. And when I said Neuromancer was a book which is hard to understand and hard to read through, and it was long as well, Neuromancer. And after reading the immediately coming to Alchemist, it was like I was a warrior who knows how to wield the halberd, now playing with toys. It was a pretty sick experience, to be honest. But that doesn't take away from how good the book is. It is pretty good. It's like it felt like watching the Superman movie again. It's like it fills you with hope and good feelings. It's so yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. And yeah, I thought of maybe rating these books out of 10 or something. Neuromancer would be a solid 9. Like it didn't blow my head, brain and stuff. Um, there is some few criticisms about it actually. I forgot to state it before. It's just that the story kind of goes the way you think it would go, right? There's no real plot twist rather than Peter Rivera sabotaging them. There's no real plot twist. It just goes. No surprises. Um, yeah, it's a solid 9 out of 10. And The Alchemist, I would say, because it's pretty simple and pretty kind of, I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10. Yeah. And the next book which I'm actually excited to read is Gunslinger by Stephen King. Um, Stephen King? Stephen King. Stephen King. You know the guy behind the horror genre and stuff? He wrote It and stuff. He wrote a whole bunch of books, to be honest. And I always wanted to read from him. I always wanted to read his books, and I think it is said that Gunslinger is like a good place to start, and it is also the starting of the Dark Tower series, which is like 9 to 12 whole books. I'm not sure if I'm gonna stick around about that, but I think I think all of those books are like they tie into each other, but they have their own story and their own conclusion. So I don't really need to read all of them to feel like I've enjoyed and understood a story with a conclusion. So yeah, maybe if I stick with that, I'll give a review about that as well. See ya.